So as you know, Dr. Shekhar started the yogic neuroscience WhatsApp group, and he's the magnet. He attracted many smart people in that group. And of course, you have Vikram Pattarkine and Praveen Katal, and Priyanka is also one of the smart people in that group. And I thought it will be nice to see, and hear everyone, hear from Priyanka. And so I'm inviting her to the Sri Yoga platform. And of course, Vikram knows more about her, and so I would like Vikram to introduce Priyanka, and then Priyanka, go ahead and just go ahead with your presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, Shrikant Dada, for giving me the opportunity to introduce Priyanka Sarkar. Although she is younger than I am, I often call her Didi because in Bengali, a sister is referred to as Didi. In many ways, she is, of course, much more intelligent than I am. I have learned a lot of things from her. You have seen her bio, which Shrikant Dada has shared with all of you. So I'm going to introduce her to you from my perspective. So I will tell you what I know about her. Priyanka came to know about me and about the Sattva program we run for diet purification, leading to mind purification, leading to self-realization. Priyanka heard about it and she thought that she would join. She joined. In our program, we do both diet purification and yoga. So she joined the yoga sessions by, we have two different instructors. And I happen to be one of them. I don't have any formal yoga teacher's training. I have learned yoga and I have experienced some of the benefits. So whatever I have learned, whatever minimal things I have learned, I try to share those with people. Priyanka used to attend those sessions and she loved those. Within about 3 weeks, we run the program for 3 months. Priyanka got the gist of it in 3 weeks. So just imagine somebody who has learned a 3-month course in 3 weeks. So that's the kind of intelligence we are looking at. And she not only experienced the benefits of diet purification on her body, but also on her mind. And she started understanding many things very clearly. And she is able to articulate some of the things that she has understood so well, which you are going to now see. So I'm very delighted to introduce Priyanka to all of you. Welcome, Priyanka, to the platform. And please take over from here. Thank you.
Thank you very much for all the kind words. Dada, Shekhar Dada, Vikram Dada, and Shrikant Dada. All of you have really encouraged me to come to this point that I can speak here. Well, I am not a normal speaker. I don't preach much. But yeah, something that I have learned recently and I thought that I can share. And that's what I want to do right now. So let's start with a question that my daughter, my 7-year-old daughter asked, that what is one thing that that is yours, that belongs to you, but it is used by others? So I gave a lot of answers. No, she laughed and said, no, Mama, I could answer it. Why can't you? She said, your name. It belongs to you, but it is used by others only. So so how others are seeing me, it's up to them. So let's start my talk on NLP. So before we do the talk on NLP, I would how I connect with spirituality. Let me just give a hint of it. See, we hear that the world, in our spiritual books, that the world exists inside, it's not outside. Okay, and so that's why go inward. how to go inward, and how it is outside. It's not outside, it's inside. I will try to prove you through NLP, because NLP works literally inside. How? So there are, before this, I would like you all to have a little practice of something, a little small process I will give you. So relax yourself first, okay? And think of a person, any person in your life, whom you do not like. I know it's difficult for most of you because you all are great saints here, but okay, if not you hate, but if that person is not very important for you, you know, hasn't played any important role in your life, any random person you can pick up, and the rate, you can rate like from 5 to 10. It should be between 5 to 10 that you do not like that person. From the scale of 1 to 10, it should be from 5 to 10. Pick up any person in your life, take a moment and think of that person.
So is 5, I don't like them that much, and 10, I really don't like them at all.
I hate them. Okay.
Okay,
10
okay.
should
No,
be.
let's not use the word hate. We'll just say that I dislike them the most, or whatever.
I dislike them the most.
Good.
Okay. Or thinking of that person gives me, you know, some bad vibes, you know, something like that. Okay. So just think of that person. I hope all of you have that person in your mind right now. Keep your eyes closed and try to see what comes in, what naturally comes to you as a picture when you think of that person. Now, see the brightness. See the brightness in that picture. Is it bright or it's dim? If it is bright, try to make it dim. And if it is dim, try to make it bright. Okay, now the size of the picture. Is it a very small, like mobile screen size? Or it's a computer screen size? Or it's a big flat TV screen size? Or it's a life size? Check the size. If it is very small, make it big. If it is big, try to make it small. I know you all can do this. Just do it.
Does it
Now,
have to be a live person, or can it be a character we have learned about, say Ravan or Duryodhan, someone like that?
you can pick up anything, yes, whatever. Okay. Now, increase the brightness. We worked on the brightness. We worked on the size. Now let's work on the color. What color you see? Are you seeing any color, or is it black and white? If it is black and white, make it color. And if it is colored, try to make it black and white. And see if it is still or it's a movie. If it is a movie, try to make it still. And if it's still, try to make it a movie. A movement inside. See if it's panoramic or it's framed. Like it's an open edge, there are no edges, or there are edges in on the picture. I've done it. Now adjust it so that you feel good about it. The brightness, the color, add brightness, make the screen size bigger, make it come close to you. Okay, hope you have done so far. Now please open your eyes and come out. Now I want you to check the rating of how much you dislike that person now. Was there any change? Was there any change in liking or dislike, or you're totally confused right now whether to like or dislike that person? That is also possible. How many, just raise your hand on the screen, how many you could do and say that you are confused right now, you don't know? Just raise your hand on the screen. Okay. And how many could say that you have started liking that person a bit? No one? Okay, great. We have got one. Good. So this is the example of NLP. Okay. Now, what is NLP? Dada, can we start the screen, the slides? So NLP is designed and discovered by two mathematicians, Richard Bandler and John Grinder. They are not psychologists or psychiatrists by any means. But they found the pattern, because mathematics is a study of patterns. So they found that how the memory is created inside. They call it internal representation. Okay, next one. The next slide. Next, second one. Yeah. NLP, neuro-linguistic programming. Neuro means all five senses, that visual, auditory, kinesthetic, olfactory, and gustatory. Means these are speaking some language to your nerves. Language as a picture, as sounds, as feelings, as smell, as taste, and some self-talk. Self-talk is not, don't consider it as a literal talk. It's how you perceive those words when you're speaking, how it is affecting your nerves when you're talking. That is self-talk. And programming. What is programming? The ability to discover and utilize the resource in our neurological system and achieve the desired state or desired result. So next slide, Dada. So they found out that that when we move, one thing is that I'm looking at you right now, looking at the screen, but they found out that while we are talking, we sometimes move our gaze, irrespective of what we are looking. We don't look, but we move our eye gaze. Okay, so now if right hand side, if we are seeing on the top, that means we are creating something visually. We are seeing we are creating image. And when we are looking at right center, like AC, that means we are creating an audio. We are trying to hear an audio. And when at the right side down, when eye is looking at down, we are trying to access the feeling, okay, what is inside. And when it's on the left hand side, left upper side, it's VR. VR means visual remembrance. We are trying to remember some visual pictures, some visuals. And when it is going just towards lateral left side, it is audio remembrance. We are trying to remember the audio. And when we are looking down left, it's self-talk. We are doing self-talk. So what does this mean? See, we are not seeing the image outside. So where are we seeing it? Isn't it amazing? Doesn't it make sense? Like something is inside us or outside us that is storing all the information here. It is totally invisible to us. It's phenomenal if you think about it, that how we are not seeing, but still we are not looking, but we are seeing something. And second thing, another thing they found out, the communication is only 7% words. What I'm talking to you, you understand only 7% of it. You try to judge me with 38% of tonality and 55% of my physiology. 55% of my physiology. So my words are nothing in front of my physiology. You are judging me mostly on that, right? Next slide. And they said, like, every minute, every second, there are 2.5 million bits of information we are encountering. It's coming to us. We are helpless. It's coming to us. But only 134 bits per second is the average amount of information that our conscious mind is processing each second. It has chunked up all 2 million to 134 bits. Then it further chunks up to 7 bits of information that we can deal with at a time. We would go crazy if we deal with 2.4 million bits of information per second. It's really crazy. It has come down to 7 bits of information. So now can you imagine how much of information has actually been, in the process of chunking has been cut down. You are not seeing a lot of information. So what does this mean? That physical world that you are seeing as 2.5 million bits information, you are understanding only 7 bits of information at the moment. So how much of information you are actually missing at the conscious level? It is there in your unconscious level, but at conscious level, it is not accessible more than 7 bits. It's amazing. We are missing a lot of information. So that 7 bits of information is our internal representation of the world. And remember, that internal representation is a map. It's not the actual territory. And it's obvious because we have missed out a lot of information. In the chunking up process, we have missed out a lot of information. So our internal representation is the map, which is full of flaws. Accept it. Next. So now what happens when these data enters into our system, in our mind? There are 3 major processes happening with them: deletion, distortion, and generalization. There are a lot of unused information that we think it is not useful. We mind delete. And distortion in the sense, like, we make up things, we predict. Okay, so this is distortion, and this is the major reason for having schizophrenia, those kind of clinical mental diseases, mental disorder. This is because the distortion is enormous in them. And then generalization. We generalize a lot of information. It's like mother, the word mother. So we generalize, like every mother would be like my mother. This is a generalization, just an example. Then that gives us an internal representation, that is IR, okay, which is already flawed. I told you. That internal representation is responsible for our state of mind. Okay, whether we are feeling good, bad, or our mood, whatever you can call, that is our state. And that state is the primary reason for our any behavior. Whether it's a good behavior, bad behavior, problematic behavior, it's all responsible. The root cause is our state. And that behavior and that state also affects our physiology. Physiology in the sense, your face, any disease, your body posture, your color of skin, these all kind of physiology that sometimes we can see a person and tell like whether this person is happy or not, right? How? Because physiology is telling a lot. So these two mathematicians, what they found, that if they can control the internal representation, then they can control the state, behavior, and your physiology. And it's my personal experience that when I started working NLP on myself, now I felt the change in my physiology, whether you can call it relaxed muscle, or the skin tone, or muscle development. That is also I'm seeing just by working on myself, on my internal state. So this happens. Next slide. Okay, so these are the normal English words, but they all have a different meaning for each of us differently. Success, best, love, hate, money, sex, wealth, joy, hard work, mother, friend, school, doctor, marriage. They all have a meaning that is totally personalized to us. In the dictionary, you will find a general meaning, but the meaning is totally having an experience of our own with those words. So these are not just words; they are the those file cabinets that having hundreds of experience stored in this one category of word, in one particular word, under this word. So it's totally means, if I say joy, hard work, it could mean to me something else, it could mean something else to you. It may bring good memories to me, it may bring bad memories to you. This is how it is crucial. So do not take the words as a literal meaning. They have a meaning, they have a feeling associated with them from the person it is coming out. Next. Now, remember, seeing, feeling, liking, and believing. This is what we belief system develops in us. Okay, seeing is like what I said, that we are seeing where? Inside, seeing what? Our internal representation. That is creating a feeling. The feeling, whether it's a positive feeling, we are liking, and liking, then we are associating it with the belief that, okay, when I see this, I like it, so this is good for me, right? So it is from seeing to believing, it is connected like that. Suppose there is a person A, the success, if you ask how successful you are, that person might say, oh yes, I'm making this much of money, and I'm running a successful business, just by hearing the word success, and it triggers some feeling in him, and he's all his physiology, you can see how congruent that person is with successful. Okay, similarly, for others, means he might be doing all the work, like person B, she might be having a career, a good career, a good family, everything. But if you ask, do you consider yourself successful? So she might say, maybe no, maybe not. I'm a general, I'm a very normal person and doing a normal job and all. She won't associate herself with the word successful as such, just as good as the person A. So this is what the difference is. And what NLP can do, I'm just giving you a hint here, that suppose a person is very successful, okay, successful is in business, but he's not successful in relationship. So when you ask ask these two questions to that person, you will see the difference in his the way the words comes out, his physiology, his expression, everything will change in these two in these two aspects. What NLP can do very beautifully and very magically, that he can make the person feel, relationship as good as successful. The word successful triggers the feeling for him. So this is the beauty of NLP, that if you are successful, if you can associate it with one good memory, one good process that that you have done, that you are doing well, you can easily manifest that same process, same achievement in other aspects of life. Just wanted to give you a hint here. Okay, next slide. Okay, now this is very, very interesting, how our world is hypnotic world. See, each word that spoken word that I told you about has some value for you. Okay, it triggers a value in you. So how, if you are not, if you're not aware what your world can do to you, just giving you an example. World's best toothpaste. Suppose you are going to the market and you see this banner, world's best toothpaste. You go, you see, you feel, and you buy it. Maybe the world's best triggering a feeling in you, a feeling of happiness, which is associated to with your, maybe with world's best husband. Maybe it's what you feel like, it's you want to be a world's best father, you want to be a world's best employee. Okay, it's you do not know, you are not aware of it. It's triggering, the world's best is triggering those emotions inside, and you end up buying toothpaste. Whether you want whereas you wanted to work to be a world's best dad, to become a world's best husband, a world's best something else, but you end up buying a toothpaste. And if you are not aware that why the hell you bought world's best toothpaste are in general same, and how my toothpaste, the one that I'm already using, is not best. Who says it's world's best? How it has become world's best? You don't question all these things. You get triggered by the word and you end up doing something else. That's by the way, that's create a very faulty pathway in your nervous system too. You want to do something, instead of doing that, you end up doing something else, because you feel you connect to that. Similarly, another example, JFK's line, it is, ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country. Very hypnotic word. It just catches your inner value, that is, you can do, your capability. Okay, and you are just triggered. Oh yes, I'm ready to do. What? You don't question what. Who is asking? Why is asking me? What all I can do? You just get pumped up, and you maybe in that emotion, you end up doing something that the other person is asking. You don't know. So how to save yourself from the external world? Next slide. So this is what I think is very important and very fundamental, that our Indian philosophy or Indian practice have given to us. I call them self-anchoring. Yogasana, meditation, pranayam, gratitude. For me, it was diet purification. So these are like self-anchoring. Why? If you notice what happens after yogasana, what happens after meditation, you may say like, okay, I feel energized, I feel relaxed, I feel calm. But if you have even noticed, what happens is that you feel very centered. You feel very centered, and and there is a heightened awareness. alertness in you. Throughout the day's work, when you keep on doing multiple work, you go out, you meet people and all, by the end of the day, you feel like your energy is all spread like this. Okay. And then when you do all these practices, you feel like, okay, you are centered again. So this is the value of, other than, all physical aspect or mental aspect, this is the value that it adds. What I feel, it brings your energy back to you, and it helps you ask question. It helps you take a pause in your life and ask you a question: why, how? Whenever you are doing something, it will ask you why do I want to do this, and how do I do this? For me, diet purification was a biggest breakthrough in my life. Why? Because for yogas and meditation, pranayam, gratitude, you have to take out time. But for diet purification is something that you eat. You eat every day. You don't skip, right? Or maybe you skip, but you cannot live without food. So whenever you eat, you question yourself, why? Why I want to eat? Am I hungry? Or is it this food worth eating? So that has been a major life-changing habit for me. I think that Sattva has given to me. So, okay, next slide. Okay, so now, do you understand, after all this thing that I've said, like the world is awake in dream state. You are actually dreaming. Why it's dreaming? Because you are never ever seeing the real world. What you are seeing is your own internal representation, because a lot of information has been chunked up, has been distorted, deleted, and generalized. A lot of information is gone. So what does it mean? We look at the world, but we see our internal map of the world. We hear the word, but we listen to our internal representation, the sound that is inside stone. We work in the world, but we feel our own internal representation. After doing the work, how I'm feeling, its feeling is inside. Have you ever seen a army personnel, military man? Even if he is not in his uniform, just by seeing that person, it has always worked on me. Just by seeing that person, or any army person, I feel like, my posture is getting up. I'm getting straight. I'm getting more alert, irrespective of whatever I was doing earlier before seeing that person. Just by seeing that person, he never spoke to me, I feel like there is alertness, there is a posture change in me. So this is what NLP, this is our internal representation doing to us. So to me, what is seva? Seva is to be in resolved state of mind. Because if you are in resolved state of mind, your physiology, if you know what you are doing, if you are congruent with your thoughts, if you know what you are speaking is actually what you're feeling, then it's a resolved state of mind. There are many times this happened that somebody, we must have heard or done ourselves also, that I'm talking about some subject, or I'm listening to somebody like for happiness, something regarding happiness. Okay, I'm listening, very, very, very wise word, I'm listening to it. I acknowledge, I understand everything, but I do not inspire to be happy the way that person told. Why? Because that person somewhere is not congruent with his own feeling. Somewhere there is a grain of doubt, grain of unhappiness in that person, that gets told by your own physiology. And this is also can be called, when we say that our feeling vibrates to other person. This is how it vibrates. Because when you are seeing me, you are not just seeing me, you are seeing all the shades of color, different shades of color, my skin tone, you are seeing that. And if there is a problem inside, my skin color, my micro muscle movement, there are millions of micro muscle movements are there, and your unconscious mind or your conscious mind is seeing all those things, is looking at all those things. Your unconscious mind is absorbing all those things, and it's deciding whether this person is is trustable or not. This is what happens when we say that that our thought vibrates. Thought vibrates to other person. It's not the thought, it's your physiology. There are millions of micro muscles in your body that is getting observed by other person unconsciously. He's not aware of it, but he's seeing and he's observing that thing. And that's how even we speak lectures, it will not affect the other person, because somewhere it's not getting vibrated from my own system. So what is seva? Seva to me is to be resolved state of mind, so that the the energy channel, the energy is flowing inside without any blockage. There should not be a grain of blockage inside. If I can be that person, if I can be that congruent, that is the biggest seva, because I am inspiring other people just when they look at me, when they hear me. So this is, to me, I understood seva is not just doing social service. To me, seva is to take care of your own body. What I understand is that our own responsibility, our sole responsibility is our own body, because everything is through this body. Body is our only child. The child that has taken birth from me is that's his choice. He has chosen me as a parent. I never knew that I'm going to be a mother. I never knew that I'm going to be a mother of a girl, or what the girl is going to look like. A creator knows what he's creating. If I was creating my child, then I would be knowing all this information, that what am I creating, but I don't know. I didn't know that. So my children are not my actual child. My child is my body. To take sole responsibility and to take all the responsibility of the body is my seva, is only my seva. Because see, what NLP has taught me, that unconscious mind and conscious mind, these are two different aspects. Unconscious mind is responsible for all the body work, that you are not aware of. Your heart, your lungs, all the peristalsis that is happening inside you is all done by unconscious mind. And unconscious mind only understand process. It goes in a direction. It doesn't understand words. Conscious mind understands words, and it generates a feeling for it. And unconscious mind then takes that feeling and takes it into our system and make it work somehow. So what NLP does is bring that unconscious and conscious mind together and make them work in congruency, so that our behavior, which is our responsibility again to the society, to the world, is something that is more inspiring, rather than creating problem in the society. So this is what I understood. Okay, Dada. Okay, so now if we have understood so far a little bit, so let's do a demo. I would like to have the screen for all. Dada, you can take the slides away. Thank you.
Didi, do you need everybody's videos to be on also?
If they want to, it's okay. I'm just teaching them the a process that they can do to themselves to purify your own memory, which is very important because it is integrated in your system, in your physical body. And if you do not purify the thoughts, do not purify your own memory, then they create, as we know, all kind of diseases in the physical body. So I'm giving you a process. If you are willing to show me your videos, it's okay. Otherwise you can do it yourself. Okay, think of an event in your life that has, again, some negative vibration in your body. When you think of it, there is a heaviness, there is a pressure anywhere in your body, there is some squeezy feeling in your body, something. Think of any event that has happened. I believe all of you have it right now. Now you may close your eyes. I now want you to see the picture again and see if you are seeing that picture right now through your own eyes, or you are seeing your body in that picture. If you are seeing from your own eyes whatever that event is happening, then please step out of your body and try to see your own physical body in that image. I hope everybody is able to do that. Now, please take your awareness out of here right now and try to see, go into the picture, not into the body, go into the picture and float up and take an aerial view of that event. Go up in the air. Whatever is happening down, and you are seeing that. Take as long as you want and try to get a new learning, a new perspective of that picture, which is very natural to you right now because your angle of seeing that has changed. If you want to move around up in the air, you can move and look down from all the angles possible. Okay. Try to come out to the present moment. Open your eyes. Now tell me, how do you feel about that thing now, that event now? If you think you couldn't do it properly, you can do it later. But if anybody has done it, can tell me, do you see that event differently now? Do you feel that event differently now? Does it hurt you? Does it make you suffer anymore? Or it has loosened its grip on you? For most of you, it might be loosening the grip at the first try. And what you can do later on, then pick up any event, such events in your life, and take an aerial view of it. First, step out of the picture, see your body in it, and then take an aerial view of that picture. It's all about the angle. It's not what's the content of the thing. Content is not important for your unconscious mind at all. It's how you are seeing. You are actually presenting the image of that event to your unconscious mind is more important. Any change in that image will change the feeling associated with it immediately. And after doing this, if you do a lot of work on yourself, you might feel that you are in a confused state. After doing that, you may feel like you are in haze, maybe for a couple of hours. But after you get up from a good night's sleep, it will you will come back to a new self. This is what my experience, and it's for all NLP experience, because what is happening is your brain, in your actual physical brain, when you change the picture in your actual physical brain, the rewiring happens and your thought process changes, how to think about. And you may be picking up one event, but there are stacks of events underneath that are of similar nature that are also getting changed. So sometimes if you work on a deeper issue like this, I'm not saying that it will definitely work on deeper issue if it's really deep, but if you do it, if it is working, then a lot of memory realignment happens, a lot of files rearrangement happens. So that takes some time. So it happens that after major work, NLP work, a client might go for 1 week of haziness, because he's not able to, it is not any dysfunctionality, but it's just a confused state of mind, that because it's not usual self of that person. So, but after this phase is over, you find a new energy, a new perspective, and most importantly, you don't even remember that you used to be that. It is there in your memory, you know it, but how it felt like is not there anymore. This is what my personal experience is. So that would be all. If you have any questions or any doubts, please feel free to ask. But these are the processes that you can do on your own self. I feel this will help you all out in purifying your own past. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Didi. It was awesome.
Thank you, Priyanka. Good job.
Okay.
Excellent job, Priyanka. That was awesome.
Thank you. I hope this would be helpful for.
I have just two small questions. Number one is, now you talking about the missing information that we don't let inside, or something doesn't go in, and there are lots more bits of information outside. So isn't it good for the brain that the reticular activating system filters off all garbage information for no reason, which will cloud our thinking unnecessarily? Second
Yes.
question
Yes.
is, how is Yoga Nidra different than NLP? I mean,
Okay. Yoga Nidra, I myself do not know, but yeah, this what do you call saying that chunking up the information, or discarding the information is useful. Yes, it is useful. It is very, very useful for us to have a very functional day-to-day life. But at the same time, I'm not saying that it's a problem, unless there is a problem in your system, in your like learning system, how you are learning it. It's not a problem for everybody. But for few of us, like it's just a problem how we learn the word, how you are behaving. So it's not a problem, but it's a problem in certain cases, certain aspects. But it's a divine process, so it cannot be wrong, of course.
Praveen
And
has
yoga
unmuted himself. So Praveen wanted to say something. What I think we should do is we can raise our hands and then we can unmute one person at a time, because otherwise there is background noise. So go ahead, Praveen, please.
No, I just
Dada,
wanted.
Yog Nidra, let me answer Shikha. Yog Nidra, I do not know what is Yog Nidra, but NLP works basically on how you are doing a process internally. Like, for example, an addiction, okay? An addiction, so before, suppose smoking is an addiction. So before addiction happens, before the persons pick up a cigarette, what exactly he's seeing, he's hearing, he's feeling, and then altering those things, altering those vision, those sound, and those feelings helps the person, restrict, come off the addiction. So this is what I can say.
So then is that similar to Yog Nidra, Shekhar Dada?
Yog Nidra, I have no idea.
I mean, the kind of the direction that you gave through this process, it resembles Yoga Nidra to an extent, just little bit of it. The kind of thing you said, that you be in the situation and you take out yourself and watch yourself from a distance and keep going distance. Now you see how it looks like. It's almost like insignificant, generally speaking. Even the most complicated situation you might see as insignificant, and that makes you grow out of your limitations. So yeah, I think it has similar. Yoga Nidra also has the same challenge. In fact, Yoga Nidra has been used in PTSD patients in a very heavy way. In especially in Department of Defense, it has been very, very strongly used, because it tears into the very fabric of your problems. It just busts it.
Yeah.
Praveen has
And
been
similarly, I
unmuted
think
for a
your
long
NLP,
time.
yeah, NLP also pretty much has the same modality, I guess. Yeah, I will read more about NLP.
NLP purely works on the submodalities, the sound, the vision, the picture, the feeling. It doesn't deal with the content. We don't go into the content, what happened, what trauma you have gone through. It doesn't matter anymore.
Yes.
We are just dealing with the, alteration of whatever you are seeing that is causing you the problem. We alter that thing.
First of all, amazing session. Thank you so much. Grateful for you to take the time and share NLP with us. I don't have much information about NLP, but I think the practice that you mentioned, where you kind of zoom out in your mind. And so first is, if I were to break down this entire process, and maybe this helps everyone who's listening. I did a similar process when I went through my own ailment. I had a lot of psychological issues, like fear and worthiness, or uh, lack of things. So my experience is that typically whatever we exhibit in our outer behavior is exactly a mirror image of what we are feeling inside. So it's exactly transposed, or it is exactly opposite. So let me give you an example. If you see a person who's very boastful, you will notice that the person boasts because he wants approval from the audience, that he is doing something right or he is doing something worthy. So now if you transpose it back, so what is it that he is really feeling inside? You would realize that it is probably he feels that he lacks that worthiness, because of which he's trying to gain it from outside. So now, when I try to put this in perspective, what we did in your exercises, uh, typically when we are very highly emotional, we are so much into the situation. And as you perfectly pointed out, you have this dark image of a person, especially if you're going through a very strong emotion, negative emotion about that person. But when you start putting in more light, or exactly doing the opposite of what you're feeling, you will start realizing that you're kind of now starting to accept first, to begin with, that this problem exists, and you are kind of रूबरू हो रहे हैं आप उसके साथ. And then you are trying to, once you accept it, then everything that is underneath, all similar feelings get kind of aligned in that manner. I found that very beautiful. I just wanted to share. uh, Thank you so much for taking the time, and this has been a fabulous session.
Yeah, see Dada, our unconscious mind has some prime directives. So one of the major prime importance is that it works on survival, or it works on survival, like whichever is the easiest path for us, okay, to go through it. So now if we are seeing a situation, okay, and we have an option of seeing it differently, so unconscious mind will easily choose where it is comfortable, more comfortable. So NLP is about giving you more options. See, you can see it from this angle, and this angle, whichever suits you. See, you have survived that past anyways, right?
Beautiful. Very nice.
Right? You have survived. So your unconscious mind knows it's, that you have gone through it. It's done. It's over. So why to stick with that thing? That is the thing.
Okay, I'm going to make a comment on the very first thing Shekhar Dada told us regarding not processing everything we take in. I think it might be a useful skill to have as to what we take in, what we allow to come in, and what we simply ignore. So we have to get rid of the noise. What do you think of that idea, Priyanka?
Yes. See, it's a natural process. See, if the mind is doing it, that means it is very, very efficient. It makes it efficient, right? Why we take garbage for no good reason? Okay, so what is the thing that when I said self-anchoring, when we do self-anchoring, so this segregation becomes more easy for us. It becomes a conscious effect rather than unconscious. It becomes a conscious process, so that helps.
Correct. It would be nice to know which 7 to accept out of the 2.4 million, and what garbage to discard. That would be a good skill to have, right?
Exactly. So first of all, we have to know that we all are magnificent being, and nothing. And Richard Bandler says it beautifully, that as long as you have gray matter, a substantial amount of gray matter, nothing is impossible for you. Nothing in the world is impossible for you. So this is what I feel, that to live a fulfilled, now after all this thing, to live a fulfilled life. Now, what do you call a fulfilled life? Is it about achievement, something? Is it about some status, gaining some status? No, it's about when you sit back all by yourself, and you can smile for no good reason. You can smile. That means your system is perfect. There is no glitch here, there, anywhere. So that is fulfilled life. And you being that is so inspiring. It's so vivacious to the other people in your environment. So that is the thing.
Beautiful. Thank you so much.
What would you include in diet purification?
Diet purification. For diet purification, you have to consult after our Vikram Dada, Vikram Pattarkine. He is expert in that. He taught me everything. So you can ask him.
Happy to help you whenever, you can send me a separate message and I'll talk about it. No problem.
Can I just quickly say something?
Yes.
Thank you, Priyanka. It was awesome, knowing and your complete change that you went through. I have been, going, uh, just going, doing meditation and listening to, I guess, I would say, from, I guess, I forgot Didi, जिनका, I guess, उनका नाम अब भूल गई. काफी पहले मैंने उनको सुना था. I had read about her and I had listened to her video. But anyway, basically what you were saying, NLP, I got to know from right now the word, but what you're exactly saying is basically the acceptance of the any situation or anything that you see, and then you are actually accepting that happily and not having question about it, and that's how you purify your mind and self-realization of yourself, and then you kind of reach at that level. Basically, that's what you're bringing, the transformation in your brain. And is that correct? I mean, that is like looking at more positive.
It's a very, yeah, that is, you are right. But what NLP is totally technical. It's very technical thing. It has no content in it. What your trouble is, it's not related to that. We do not design solution according to your problem. We design solution as per what you are seeing in your mind image, the image that you are seeing. It's a very technical thing. And yeah. And this is not the only process. There are so many things that we can do in NLP, but these are the basic thing that I can, give in general to everyone, to work upon themselves. That's it.
So is there something NLP that do you have, like, or is there a class or meditation for NLP, or how do you?
It's therapy. It's a therapy. I don't take class as such, but it's a therapy. Those who have problems in their life.
Okay.
How
so
they
it's
can.
not okay. So it's not like for somebody who is just normal person has to have it, or it is somebody who is going through.
Everybody. We all have problems.
I mean, obviously nobody's perfect here. Everybody's mind is, we have situations, but is it like everybody can do, anybody can do it, right?
Anybody can do it. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Thank you.
Ravindra, bhai, you are going to say something?
I am a gynecologist, and it was a very nice session to attend with. But I think we have to do so many times practice. We had been with patients also setbacks, but then taking it positively, and I have overcome everything. But I feel this is a nice process. Okay, thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you.
I
Anybody
had a
else?
quick question. Yeah, I had one question. So I know you mentioned, first of all, thank you so much. I am very new to NLP and learned so much about the whole process and enjoyed the quick technique that you shared with us. Thank you for that. I remember you mentioned about the diet purification, and I'll reach out to you, Vikram Dada, here in soon. Just wanted to see, like, how did that impact in how did the diet purification impact the NLP? Because you mentioned several other factors also, but then the diet purification was the main one for you. Just curious.
Yeah. See, I told one of the slides I showed you internal representation, state, behavior, and physiology. Okay. These are interrelated. So NLP works on the state. What is your current state of mind? Okay. But there are several ways of changing the internal representation. So diet purification is also one. See, with diet purification, your physiology changes. it changes to the positive side, right? So when it happens, because for me it happens that all of a sudden like my back posture is so correct just by changing the diet. I was not trying hard to be straight, but just by changing the diet, my posture has become straight, because the unnecessary waste accumulation here and there has been out. So the posture, my backbone is straight. So you can imagine a person who is straight is always alert. You would find that you won't find any unhappy person in a straight posture, would you? No. So this is what happens. That diet change also affects your internal representation in some way, because it works on your physiology. That's why our yogasana or any kind of meditation, that also works, because it relaxes the body, it relaxes muscles, it does that pleasure hormone secretion and all. So somehow down the line, how exactly we don't know, but it changes your internal representation. You don't want to go back, your unconscious mind do not want to go back to that sad image anymore. It wants a different perspective. And at any moment of time, unconsciously, if it gets that positive feel good picture of that same event, it will catch it in seconds.
Makes sense. Yep.
Beautiful.
And I think one of the other thing which I really took away from this, that how our mind files everything in just by the word trigger. Like one word can mean different based on your experiences, conditioning, and everything. Like that's very fascinating to see from that perspective. So thank you so much. Learned so much.
Thank you.
Great. I think Aarti has a hand up. So Aarti, would you like to unmute yourself and ask the question?
Sure, thank you. I just put it in the chat also. First of all, great session, Priyanka. Thank you so much. It's definitely new for me, the NLP process as a concept. So thank you for introducing maybe some of us to it. My question was, if there is a very strong emotion or emotions associated with an event, right? How do you navigate that to be able to look at it from different perspectives?
Yeah, so there are two processes we did. First of all, you come out of that picture and take an aerial view of it, okay? And another is you change the submodalities, the quality of that picture, okay? Make it darker, see how you feel. Make it brighter, see how you feel. Make it move far away from wherever it is, and make it see how it feels, and bring it close to you, much closer to your awareness. See how it feels. So, and change the color. Make it black and white. If it is negative, so most of the time this happens that we would like to turn it down. Okay, we'll dim it. Okay, we'll take the color out of it. In general, this may not work with everyone, but you have to work on yourself. If it is a very deep rooted thing, something, then you might have to see a therapist or something to come out of that thing, I would suggest. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, that's very helpful.
Wonderful. Ravi bhai, I think your video is on. So would you like to, did you want to ask a question? Ravi bhai?
My question is where can you guide us in terms of where we can read more about it or learn as a layman?
There are books available of Richard Bandler. I will mention in our group chat. Richard Bandler. You search with NLP Richard Bandler. There are many books. He has written so far more than 30 books, and you can read him. It's not a very complex thing, but you can read and learn the processes. For superficial level, it is very good. You can do it yourself. But those people who want to change their life, those people who want to come out of the limiting beliefs, like I cannot do this, this will not happen, though I want to, but I know I cannot do this. Those kind of limiting beliefs, if you need help with, then you have to consult a practitioner only. Otherwise, these small issues, you can read books and solve it yourself.
Can you do it for, can we as a layman learn to do it for someone else?
I did not understand. You want me to do it on you, or you want to learn how to do it?
I want to learn how to do it for
on someone else. Well, you have to search who are giving this kind of education. They are certifying people, so you can Google them definitely. To become a practitioner, a certified practitioner, yeah, you have to go through these kind of channels. Or if you want to do on yourself, you can take the book, buy the books and do it on yourself. Just like homeopathy practices, not everybody is an educated homeopath, but even my father, he reads books and does some kind of experiment. Okay, this medicine is good. So this kind of practice you can do on yourself just by reading books.
Didi, can I make a comment regarding the emotion attached with a past event? I think there was a question on that, right? So any past event, does it exist right now? Does it exist? It doesn't, right? Is there anything you can do about it? You cannot. So you cannot really change an event that has happened in the past. You cannot do anything about the past, whether you have done it or somebody else has done it. The best way to get over the past is let go, because you can do nothing about it. Luckily, fortunately for us, it doesn't exist right now. Okay, so the past doesn't exist. It's only a memory. So the way we can deal with it, or the way I have learned to deal with it, is simply by dropping it. No reason to hold on to it. Let go. You will feel much more free. But all of these things become easier through diet purification. The wisdom to realize that, yes, I cannot do anything about the past and I have to drop it. Out of those 2.4 million things, I want to delete everything that belongs to the past. From the past experiences, we can learn things. And we can use those experiences to do the right thing now. But don't hold on to the past, especially to the traumatic emotional events. That's what I would suggest. Thank you.
Nice.
Well, we are almost an hour and 15 minutes into the talk. If anybody else has any questions, great. Otherwise, on the Yogic Neuroscience group, you're most welcome to post your questions. I'm sure Priyanka would be delighted to answer those questions for you. Connected with NLP. If you want to ask about diet purification, you can send me a message, or we have a diet group also, Shri Yoga Diet Group. Most welcome to join that. Dada, would you like to conclude now?
Yeah, sure. I think we can. Thank you very much, Priyanka, and good discussions. Very good.
Wonderful. I'm closing the meeting now. Closing the
Thank you so much.
stopping the recording.